Welcome to another back of the net recording. This is to help you with percentage increase, and there's a little bit of percentage decrease as well, but if you can do increase you can pretty much do decrease. It follows on from the work we did on just a normal percentage one, so you may need to go back and watch that video first in order to make sure you're confident about how to do this. I've picked this particular question because it's a paper 1 question, which means it would have been without a calculator. So let's read it carefully. The price of a TV increases. Now, of course, increase means goes up by, rises by 50%. The old price of the TV was £80, work out the new price. Well, the first thing I'm going to have to do is calculate my 15%. So using the old 100, 50, 25, 10, 5 and 1 method, I want to pick out the amounts I've got. So 100% was £80. That would be 40, that would be 20, 10% would be £8, 5% therefore would be half of that, which is £4, and 1% would be 0.8 or 80p. Okay, I want 15%, so I need 10% and 5%, that adds up to 15%. So 10% was £8 and 5% was £4, total of £12. So 15% is £12. Now it said that the price of TV increases by 15%, so that means I need to add it on. So I need £80, the original cost, plus the new extra bit, which is £12, equals £92. That should be the question answered. If it was in calculator paper, you could have just done 0.15 times by your 80, which would have given you 12, and then added that back onto the 80, just as we've done. Okay, here's a question for you to have a go at. That is quite a tricky one. If I were you, I would be using my calculator to find out what the 17.5% is. Press pause now and have a go. Okay, welcome back. So I know that the computer, ancient thing it looks, is £360, and I want to find 17.5% of that. It's a paper 2, so I didn't have my calculator, and I wouldn't mess about here with my 100, 50, 25 and whatever to get it. I would just do 0.175 multiplied by the 360 would have given us what 17.5% is. And I'm going to do that now on the calculator. 0.175 multiplied by 360 is equal to 63. Little pause there because that does seem a little bit strange to me, but that's £63. So it's increased by £63. So that means I need to do 360 plus the £63. These 3's and 6's are confusing me, which equals £423. That's one way to do it. Some of you may have used the method that if you're increasing, you want 100% and then the extra 17.5%, which gives you 117.5% as a total. And if you work that out as a decimal, it would be 1.175, and then you can do that 1.175 multiplied by your original £360, which I'm just going to double check on the calculator now. 1.175 multiplied by the 360 does indeed give me £423. Okay, remember, increase, add it on. Okay, now this was a question in the exam. It was actually on the calculator exam. I want to change this question a little bit just so we get a practice of not an increase question but a decreased question. So I want you to work this out as if the permit has been decreased by 12%. Okay, if you'd like to press pause now, you can have a go. Okay, welcome back. I'm going to look at doing this without a calculator. So, first of all, 100% is £140. Then I need my usual 50, 25, 10, 5 and 1. So 50 is going to be half of that, which is 70. Half again is 35. That 10 would be 14, because it's a tenth of that. 50 was 70, so 5 will be 7, and 1 will be 1.4. Or in this case it was money, so £1.40. Okay, I'm looking for 12%, so I'm going to go for a 10, a 1 and a 1, which adds up to 12. In terms of percentages, that is 14 plus £1.40 plus £1.40. Add all that up, 14, 15, 16, £16.80. So now the percentage difference now is £16.80. Now, originally the question said it was increased by the £16.80, so I do 140, add on my £16.80, and then I'd have my answer. But in this case, I said it was decreased because I wanted to decrease, and decrease means reduced, so it's taken off by that amount. So I need to do £140, the original cost, subtract the additional bit, the £16.80, and if you were to do that, you should come up with an amount of £123.20. And there's your answer. Okay, just what I'm on a point here, never put the p there, because if you put the p there, you're saying it's 0.2 of a p, which it isn't, it's 0.2 of a pound. So we'll just use your pound sign, and then put the p at the end. Okay, one last question for you to go here. And I've given this because it's talking here, I just move my pens, about simple interest. Now, simple interest is just where you always get, for 3 years, you get the 2.5% of the 3,500. If it was something called compound interest, it would be a much more complicated question, because you'd work out how much the interest would accrue, or how much more you'd made after 1 year, and then you'd recalculate it with 2.5% of that new amount, and then for the 3rd year you'd recalculate it with another 2.5% of the second amount, which is a lot more complicated than the question. But they do ask for simple interest, and simple interest is just working out what 2.5% of that amount is, and times it by 3 for 3 years, because the annum per annum, the per year simple interest is that. I'm going to shut up talking now and let you have a go at doing a question. If you'd like to press pause. Okay, welcome back. So I've got a whole amount is £3,500, and I need to find out what 2.5% is. 2.5%. That's 0.025 times by 3,500. I'll put on my calculator now. 0.025 times 3,500 comes out to be £87.50. And that's 1 year's worth. I need 3 years worth, so I'm going to times that by 3, and the answer to that is £262.50 for 3 years. Okay. It says work out the total amount of interest Ishmael earned. Actually, that's it. That's the interest he earned. Let's put a pound sign in there. There we go. Be careful, because sometimes they will ask you for what his original lump sum has become worth, in which case I'd have to add that £262.50 onto my 3,500. I hope that's been helpful to you in terms of doing some percentage increase and decrease. Just remember, the words increase and decrease are vital. Increase means add it on, and decrease means take it off. Okay, thank you for listening. Do tune in to another Back on That video.